Hey everybody, my name is Cindy Matalucci and you're watching The Pulse, where we get the 411 on all the latest and greatest things to do in this amazing city, San Diego. From the newest bars and restaurants to the chicest boutiques, to the gyms and the trainers that are getting the people of this city buff 365 days a year, to the place that you want to go to get your spa on. I'm exploring it all for you, and of course, having fun along the way. So come with me while we put our finger on the pulse of San Diego. This episode of The Pulse was brought to you by Windus Fernandez Brinkkord from Trilogy Financial Services. For all your financial needs, Windus and her team have got you covered. On today's episode, we start our show in studio with Shana Shaterian Penny, CEO of Soledad House, to talk about her residential treatment program that she oversees right here in San Diego. We end our show with an awesome fitness segment by Harris Chrysostomou, our fitness expert, with some amazing tips on how to get you fit for summer. We have a sobering but very important topic to cover today. People all over the world struggle with drug addiction and substance abuse, and many lives are taken every day. It's a topic that we need to talk about more. We sit down today with Shana Shaterian Penny, CEO of Soledad House. We have an amazing conversation that I'm very excited to have. We have a sobering but important topic that I think needs to be covered. So people all over the world struggle with drug addiction and substance abuse, and many lives are taken every day, and it's a topic that I think we need to talk about more because we're not talking about it enough. We want to figure out a way to help provide resources and help to those that need it most. So today we welcome Shana Shaterian Penny, Executive Director of the Soledad House, to help us understand this struggle and to talk about her residential treatment program that she oversees right here in San Diego. So thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much for having me.
Before we kind of get started into the conversation, I want to know a little bit more about Soledad House. So can you tell us a little bit about what you specialize in for clients and what type of programs that you offer?
Sure. I'm Shana Penny and I'm the CEO of Soledad House. And Soledad House is a women's extended care treatment program. We are your next step from a 30-day residential program. So typically clients in a 30-day program will have 24-hour doctor's care. They're in a safe, structured environment where you typically don't leave. So when you come to Soledad House, you will take everything that you learned in a 30-day program and start applying it to your real life. We want you to learn how to live sober out in the real world, but still in a structured, safe environment. We have 9 houses.
I was just going to say that, and all in Mount Soledad area.
Yep. We're on Mount Soledad. We have 9 houses, 70 beds, and it's all for women.
Well, and that's what I was going to say, because you've always been all women. Why all women, I wanted to ask you, and what is different? Are there challenges or special treatment programs for women as opposed to men?
Sure, women-only programs. We started with 1 house, and our first house had 6 clients, and we just really saw that we really specialized and worked well with these women. The men can truly be a distraction in recovery when you're talking about treatment options. So we wanted to eliminate those distractions. We want these women to be with other women who have been through what they've been through. We want them to feel safe and supportive. They're gonna talk about the issues that truly keep them in the grips of addiction.
That's a really good point. So you guys are very different by design. What would you say sets you apart from other treatment facilities?
So I won't speak on what other treatment facilities are doing, but at Soledad House, we are going to truly dive deep into every single client. We want to know, what are the things that have brought you here? Do you have a history of substance abuse in your family? Do you struggle with depression, anxiety, suicidal ideations, eating disorders? Do you have a history of neglect or abuse? These are all things that our clients really keep deep down within them, and they're drinking and they're using over it. And so we really, really want our clients to truly we want to find out what is it that keeps you in the grips of addiction. We take all of that information and we work on a collaborative approach with our team, our whole clinical team. We have doctors, psychiatrists, therapists, and substance abuse counselors. Every client gets an individualized treatment plan where we discuss all of their goals. But the one thing, Cindy, that truly sets us apart is the community we've built here. We want you to meet other women who've been through what you've been through. You're not alone.
Well, and I love that you guys offer holistic-based therapies like yoga and meditation. Can we talk a little bit about that?
Absolutely. We include the therapeutic component, but there are so many other components. We do yoga, we take them out to the beach, we do exercise groups, nutrition groups, so really encompassing the whole person.
I love that. Okay, so for the viewers that don't know, what is residential rehabilitation living and why is it such an essential component of a client's treatment program?
The residential living environment is so important. It is the living environment, the sober living environment, and it provides a safe home for these women. It provides them with accountability. You know that you're going to be drug tested and breathalyzed on a regular basis, but truly what's important is you're out of the environment that you were drinking and using in every day. The stressors at home that truly lead people to abuse drugs and alcohol, those are the things we want to remove them from.
Because it's a routine.
Yeah, it's a routine. There's alcohol in the cupboards. Right? My friends are gonna call me, let's go to the bar and drink, and you don't have anything around you to stop you from, okay, I'm gonna get sober tomorrow, tonight I'm gonna drink. I found alcohol in the cupboard, I'm gonna drink and I'll start over tomorrow.
Because they have to make a change if you pull them out of that environment.
You have to pull them out of the environment and provide them a safe and supportive environment. We also have young women from around the United States that fly into us, so if you're from a small town or a place where there's minimal treatment options and everybody knows you and everything you've been doing and all the drama and activities you've been engaging in, it's really good to get those clients as well out of that environment and into a safe and supportive environment.
That's smart. Okay, so you guys know I love my stats. I want to read some sobering stats for you. So according to drugabusestatistics.org, if alcohol and tobacco are included, 165 million or 60.2% of Americans aged 12 years or older are currently abusing drugs. That's a sobering number. In 2020, 10.1 million or 3.7% of Americans misused opioids over a 12-month period. So research also shows a lower rate for those seeking rehabilitation from drug and alcohol addiction to achieve long-term rehabilitation success. So what I wanted to ask you is, why do you think this number is low, and how can we increase the success rate through a program like yours?
Yes, Cindy, these numbers are devastating. Every day we turn on the news and people are dying every single day. We're seeing fentanyl overdose. We don't know what is going on, right? And then we hear that the statistics and success rates are not that great, but we need to really address what success is. So yes, it's very important that you're abstaining from drugs and alcohol as part of success, but there's other areas to be successful in. When our clients come to Soledad House, we want them to also address these other areas, and those are going to include being successful in your family relationships, being successful with your career, your finances, your living environment. So when you take all of those things into account, that's what really, really matters. We're also going to see if people are not successful in those other areas, it's going to be difficult to maintain sobriety and want to stay sober if their life isn't getting better. So we truly address multiple areas of success.
Are there signs we can look for? I know you have a top 10 list of indicators, which I think is very important.
First, Cindy, there is no quick fix. So there's no magic pill that we have today that we are going to give to you that's just going to cure all of our problems. There are signs our family members and loved ones really have to look out for. We're not in a place today to sweep this stuff under the rug. So many people are dying. So signs to look out for are your loved ones struggling with depression or anxiety? Are they isolating at home? Do they have changes in their physical appearance? Are they having legal troubles? Are they not showing up to family functions or work or school? Some other things are they hanging out with other people who are drinking and using a lot? That typically normalizes the effects. So when I'm hanging out with someone that's drinking more than me, I don't feel like I have a problem.
And then as a family member or somebody, do we call you?
Yes,
I mean, because you know that's
sure.
kind of an interesting subject. So if we think someone's having trouble and you see these signs, do we talk to them first or do we contact you?
I would recommend contacting us if you have any thoughts that your loved one may be struggling. Call us. We want to help you. We see this and deal with it 365 days out of the year. There is no yes or no question. Does my child, are they addicted? Do they have a problem? It's not simple. It's a very, very complex issue. Absolutely. And we'll help you navigate those complex issues.
Well, and we'll have everything on the website too with links so that you can get, in touch with Shana and her team. So are there any myths or misconceptions about rehabilitation for those that want to, have long-term success? Can you talk to us about that?
Yes, there's a lot of misconceptions. Many people have been drinking and using or were abused or neglected for a significant portion of their life, right? Sometimes 10, 15, 20 years. And they think they're going to come to a 30-day program and maintain sobriety for the rest of their life. They're going to get 5 therapy sessions and everything's going to be okay. I'm going to make my way back home. I'm sober. I haven't taken a drink or drug in 30 days. I'm going to go back home. I'm going to get back to work and everything's going to be okay. But the truth is, we're not going to be able to solve all of your problems in 30 days and 5 therapy sessions. There's a lot more that truly goes into this, which is why we opened our extended care portion. Research truly shows that the longer you stay in a treatment program, the better chance you have at long-term recovery. So we really encourage people to take as much time as they can, focus on their recovery, build a solid foundation, work on your relapse prevention plans before you just integrate back home into the environment where you were drinking and using every day.
Well, and you said earlier too that you have people from everywhere.
Yes.
So what's so interesting is I think it's 75% of all your clients come to you nationally and only 25% from California?
Yeah.
Why do you think that is?
We are a destination facility, so a lot of people love to come to San Diego. It's a great place for recovery. We have a great recovery community here, a strong 12-step programs here. The other piece of it is there are not a lot of treatment options in other states. So if you have limited treatment options, perhaps you come from a small town, all of your friends are drinking and using or engaging in suspicious behavior, it's probably a good idea to remove yourself from that environment for a period of time so that you can achieve recovery, get therapy. We definitely think that that's a really good idea for clients. Build a new support system. So community is so important. You're not going to take a 18 or 20-year-old out of their hometown, bring them to San Diego, and expect them to recover. So what we provide is this strong community of women that they can relate to. They build these wonderful friendships here. They're all on the same path towards the same goal of recovery. They hold each other accountable. We have so many people also that work for us that have been through our program, and we have the gift of showing them this is how amazing your life can be.
Well, and tell everybody how to find you. What's the best way to get a hold of you if somebody, needs information anything, what's the best way?
Sure. If you go on our website to soledadhouse.com, you'll be able to see pictures of our facility, get information about what we do. And if you have any questions, we have a lot of blog posts on there that really get into the depths of what is substance abuse, what is opiate addiction, how do I know if my child or loved one is addicted. So we have a lot of information, a lot of resources. Also, if you just call our phone lines, we answer really quickly. We are equipped with many, many resources locally and nationally. We give all of that to you free of charge. We truly have the best interest at heart for each person that calls us.
Well, and I love that you guys verify insurance on the site too, which is really nice.
Yes.
So you make it easy as well. And it's 866-314-3222.
Yes.
So we have the number up and everything. I just want to say thank you for all that you're doing in the community, because you're really making a difference. And I think it's, like I said, a discussion that needs to be had. So thank you for being here and being a resource today.
You're so welcome. Thank you guys for having me. We love the opportunity to serve our community, help these women, and help them live a life that's so meaningful. And one last thing I really want to add is, for those of you at home, if you are struggling, I want you to know that you're not alone. So many people are struggling with substance abuse or mental health problems because of this pandemic. So many people are struggling with depression, anxiety, other mental health problems. You're not alone. Call us, get help, be equipped with the resources that you need so you are ready if someone calls on you for help, and we can provide that for you.
For more information on Soledad House and her residential treatment programs, you can go to soledadhouse.com. Don't touch that remote, because when we come back, we're getting sculpted for summer with Harris. Ladies and gentlemen, summer is right around the corner, and living in Southern California, I know we all want to be in our best shape. Whether you want to whittle your dad bod into shape or melt off the COVID weight that we've all packed on, we have got you covered with Harris Chrysostomou. Check this out. We have Harris Chrysostomou, our fitness expert, back on the show. Hey!
Hi guys. Glad to be back, Cindy. Thank you for...
So good to have you. You always bring all the great equipment to torture me with.
I try my best.
So we just never know what Harris is going to bring, but we love it. So you guys, we're going to talk about getting in shape for summer, right? Getting sculpted, because it's right around the corner. But before we dive into that, I want to talk a little bit about your story and your passion, because you've been in the industry for a while now.
18 years now, so it's pretty much me. What I do is my passion. It's my calling. It's kind of what I believe I was brought here on the earth to do. You know, it's not a job to me. I just like helping people, giving back. Nothing more important than health, right? It's all about helping people optimize their life, help people live as long as they can, feel good, increase confidence, look pretty in the process. So.
Well, I love that. And I know that you're known for sculpting, which we're going to talk about today. He's very good with sculpting and tailoring your workouts to each client, which I think is amazing.
That's vital, because we're all unique. We all have different postural alignments, different asymmetries. And once we figure out how to utilize our machine, then we can create magic by knowing how to move the body using equipment, gym stuff at home to sculpt the image that we want. So.
And you work with a range of clients.
Oh yeah,
So you have younger clients, older clients, people that have, rehabilitation, everything.
Yes, so it's important to know how to modify accordingly based on whether you have an injury, based on age, based on height. That's super vital when it comes to fitness.
Well, and don't worry, whether you have a dad bod and you want to get into shape for the summer, whether you've got the COVID pounds, which hello, we all can raise our hands for that, we're gonna help you guys get sculpted, and we're gonna make it really easy. So today you are gonna break down a few moves that we can do for summer. So let's talk about the first move. You're gonna demonstrate our first move.
The first move is an incline barbell press, and we're then gonna show you a modification for shoulder injuries and for people with protracted shoulders. So the first movement is an incline barbell press. Nice little box here, allows us to use different angles. So always prepare the body, have the legs about shoulder width. So prepare, execute, maintain, nice solid base. Get a nice symmetrical grip of the bar, arms fully extended. As you bring the bar down, get a nice deep stretch. Once you feel that stretch, really feel the movement. Drive up, pause just before the shoulders creep up, keeping tension on the chest, okay? Aim for the top part of the chest, get that squeeze, breathe out, don't rest, keep time under tension on the muscle. So keep the shoulders rolled back. So
this is chest and shoulders, right, working?
Yep, well this is an incline press, works right the way through the chest, shoulder to shoulder.
Okay.
Triceps get involved, gives us those wide, broad shoulders and that hard to hit upper chest area. So.
And then if there was a modification, what would it be?
A modification of this movement, if you're finding that your shoulders are hurting or you're working on postural alignment, we can grab the bar using a reverse grip such. And what the reverse grip does is it forces us to keep the shoulders, this one's going to be flat. The bench is flat to enable us to keep the shoulders flat on the bench. Okay, it's all about angle. So as you bring the bar down, aim just beneath the chest, keeping the shoulders back. As you can see, where we're bringing the bar down, it prevents the shoulders from popping up, keeps our elbows tight to the body, keeps the posture perfectly aligned without bringing in too much shoulder if you have a shoulder injury. This dad bod, I would say 8 to 10 reps, keep it hypertrophy, find a weight that we hit failure within the 8 to 10 rep range whilst keeping the form precise. So. And
he's such a stickler with form, which is so good because it's important when you're doing this. I love that.
It's vital. So
now we're going to do the lady fat loss movement. Thanks, Harris. I'm demonstrating the lady fat loss movement.
Or you, Cindy.
So he's going to take me through one, and then we're going to do a modification. Okay, so what am I doing?
Okay, so do you want to strap on for me?
Okay.
Yep. So here's a band for you.
Okay.
Across this side. So the head and the shoulders are going to be positioned across the bench coming out. I'm going to grab the bar for you.
Okay. This is a cool little piece of equipment here.
It's really good. It declines, it inclines, allows us to work the body from a lot of different angles.
Okay.
The bar is going to be situated in the lower abdomen section with the resistance pushing down against the hips.
Okay.
Take your legs out a little bit wider. The wider you go, the more hamstrings and glutes you work. Keep the knees pushed out a little bit there, Cindy. Good. As you drop the hips down, feel a nice deep stretch across the glute. Don't let the back take over, come up and squeeze.
Okay.
So as you're coming down, you're allowing the hips to drop back a little bit to really feel the stretch on the glutes. And then as you come up, push up and forwards, get that squeeze. So every rep.
I can feel that.
Every rep, you're really activating the glutes, keeping the knees out. If you want a little modification for bad knees, I know Cindy had a little bit of a knee.
I just had a knee injury, yeah.
Turn the toes out a little bit and position the legs a little bit further forwards.
Okay.
Keep the shoulders retracted. Good. Breathe in as you release. Feel the stretch. Exhale, drive up and extend the knees out.
Oh my God, it's already burning.
Good. If you want to shift the emphasis to the quads, you can bring the legs a little bit narrower.
Okay.
Good. And that kind of shifts the emphasis. The narrower your legs are, the more quads involved.
Okay.
Okay, so get that stretch, drive up and squeeze. And for those of you with bad backs, you can do it lying across the bench, to take the pressure off the back.
That is hard. I can already feel that. And so this really helps because it's firing up this area.
It fires up the glutes, it takes tension off the knee joint, and it just helps keep more tension on the glute hip area, which is what, all the ladies aspire to develop and, enhance. So.
Well, and how many reps would we do of that?
For this, I would say, because if you're doing it for fat burn, for tone, I would say 15 to 20 high rep range, so slightly less recovery time in between sets. One more.
What's our last movement?
Our last movement is a row type movement. Okay. So I'll do the original,
You're gonna
and
show
then
us.
Cindy, I'll show you a little progression on you. So the original is a bent over barbell row, leg shoulder width. I always say prepare, execute, maintain. Tilt forwards through the waist, chest up, shoulders back. Always exaggerate the posture you desire. Come up, get that squeeze, flex the muscle. You're using the rhomboids, the lats and the back and the rear deltoids to bring the bar up, not just lifting the weight. So it was squeezing, stretching. Just before the shoulders drop, you're bringing it up. Exaggerate the posture you desire at the top. Slowly release it through. Rest.
And so what would I do for a modification?
So grab that for me, Cindy.
Okay.
If you want to work the core a little bit, you can have the legs a little bit narrower.
Okay.
So first of all, as you saw there, I was bent over. If you've got a lot of back issues and your back has problems, stay upright.
Okay.
We'll change it up to an upright row type movement. Have the hands a little bit wider. Have the thumbs over the bar, so little pinky right to the end of the bar.
Okay.
Chest up, shoulders back. As you row up, keep the elbows rolled forwards. Come up to around about 90 or just above 90 to enable us to squeeze the upper back and the middle shoulders. And then as you release the bar down, get a nice stretch. Good. Stay upright for me, Cindy. There you go. Good. Row up.
Stretch here.
There you go. Pull through your elbows and keep the elbows slightly forwards.
Okay.
And to aid posture, flick the thumb over the bar. That's it. That allows us to really keep the shoulders back.
Oh,
so leaning back a little bit for me, Cindy. Good. Because again, we're doing it upright just to cater to those with bad backs. If you can't do the bent over variation, still allows us to work, you know, the upper back muscles, the lats, the rear deltoids. So
how many would we do of this?
This, I would say 12 to 15. Okay. It's more posture, it's more maintenance. Do you fancy bringing in the core a little bit?
Yeah.
Do it on one leg.
Oh.
Let's give it a go. Single legs, a nice simple way to bring in the core. There you go. Stretch and squeeze.
Like that.
Contract and release. Good, nice, slow, controlled movement. Remember, to sculpt the body, it's all about really using the muscle and keeping a nice, slow tempo.
Okay.
Good. Pulling,
and then should you switch back to the
squeeze.
other leg?
You could do, if you start to fatigue, you could change legs up, or you could do the next set with the other leg. The leg aspect is just to take the body off balance to work the core. Each to their own in terms of which leg to use, whichever you feel more comfortable using.
And then I wanted to ask you, because you are announcing a package today.
Yep, I'm launching my Sizzling Summer Sculpting package, which is a 12-week plan. It involves 3 sessions with me a week for 12 weeks, a shopping trip. You can take me around virtually if you're not local, you know, on your camera. Weekly evaluation of stresses that are going on in your life, nutrition plan, how you're sleeping. So it's like a weekly touch up to ensure we're getting all the pieces there and consistently in order for you to attain your goals, and also a tailored nutrition plan for each individual specific needs. So yeah.
And that's $14.99, which is amazing. So special price for our viewers. We're really excited about that. We'll have the links on the website. And you guys can follow Harris on Instagram at Harris Chris Fitness. We'll have the links up on the site. Thank you so much for coming in today.
Thank you, Cindy. Always fun. Love it.
Already. I've got a goal.
For more information on Harris and to get exclusive savings on his Sizzling Summer Sculpting package, you can go to @HarrisChrisFitness on Instagram. Make sure to mention the Pulse when you book. For more information on these stories, you can head over to our website at thepulsesd.com and be sure to follow us on social media for all the behind-the-scenes fun. That's going to do it for today's episode. We'll see you next time when we put our finger on the pulse of San Diego.